Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. We are here to discuss the match reaction review show to Chelsea versus West Ham. Chelsea winning 1-0 on this occasion. Lots to discuss in this game. Lots to speak about in regards to the performance levels and what we feel or how we feel about the performance today. We are going to open up the lines and get the guys involved as well. But we're going to start on the topic, which is regards to Antonio Rudiger. The news around Antonio Rudiger, thoughts and feelings on that. Then we're going to delve in from the Antonio Rudiger situation onto the game today, which, let's be serious, was pathetic. Well, very pathetic performance again from our boys, and it needs to be highlighted. Again, we need to talk about a certain personnel. Do we need to talk a little bit about Tuchel? Maybe. Lots of bits and bobs that we can go through, but make sure you're smashing that like button, guys. Let's get these likes over 50 likes, as always. There's over 25 of you here already, so big up everyone that's already in the chat or as well. Yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's cue the intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. Chelsea won, West Ham 0. Not exactly the performance that we wanted as Chelsea fans, but I said before the game, before even the ball was kicked today, I said the most important thing today is to get that 3 points. We left it late, and I mean very late. Let's be serious. We left it very, very late to get the win. But it was, in terms of performance, it just wasn't there. And we're going to delve into that. We're going to talk about the performance from Chelsea today and how we feel about certain personnel. Player ratings is also going to be something we're looking into. A little bit of stats in regards to the game as well. Tactical analysis on it slightly. Player ratings. But we're going to start off with the Antonio Rudiger news. Antonio Rudiger is leaving Chelsea. It's confirmed, and it's been confirmed today by Thomas Tuchel that Antonio Rudiger will be leaving Chelsea Football Club at the end of this season. Now, we're going to go through some of these tweets in a minute, but I want to just go through the chat quickly to everyone. Big up to RD, a massive Christian Pulisic fan. He says, come on, Pulisic. Haters in the mud is what he's saying. Good result from him. Good. Listen, he stepped up where we needed to. We put it in the back of net, and that is an important 3 points for Chelsea. Very important 3 points for Chelsea, especially on the back of our horrible performances at home. The lack of wins, the amount of goals conceded. We kept a clean sheet, and we managed to get that goal, and that's how we move. Yeah, boy, big up to you. The wingers are carrying the season for Chelsea. If only strikers would do the same. Big up CFC Dino in the house as well. Gary, big up to CFC Dino as well. Carefree 53, big up to you. Gary Milburn's in the house. To be fair, if he can be asked to wait for the new owners, he's going for money, and that's all that. All his chat was shit. Some people have got a feeling that Antonio Rudiger is a snake. Some people are not happy with the decisions he's made. We are going to talk about that. We are going to talk about his decisions in leaving the football club. AW Designer, big up to you. CFC Stephen in the house. Officer Tommy, you'll get relegated next season in your dreams, my friend. Big up to Top Bins as well. Seppers is in the house. Who else is in the house? Jonathan. Jorginho is a lucky man today. And let me tell you something now. That was a poor penalty. Like, probably one of the worst penalties I have ever seen. One of the worst taken penalties that I've ever watched in my life. It was bad. Big up to Undertaker CFC's. Big up, Jim. We won't beat United if we play like we did today. Yeah, true. But at the same time, they're not in any real great form. Man United. It's two teams that are not really, lighting up the place at the moment, especially in their previous performances. So that game's on Thursday. We'll be doing a Prem show this week for that. We'll be doing the match preview show for the Man United game as well. And the same as the match reactions as well. Hiking with Martin is in the house as well. Big up to you. Liam, nice to see you, my man. This is Come On You Blues. Tommy, like, we are not going to get new ones. I don't know, you guys arguing in the chat are saying, Joe acted like Bruno. Bruno, yeah, him and Bruno both missed penalties over the weekends as well. So let's get into the news over Antonio Rudiger before we delve into this game, right? Because that is some breaking news. So in terms of it itself, Thomas Tuchel came out and said it will be challenging, but like always, no matter how much I love Tony, there will be Chelsea without Tony, and we'll find solutions. Now, it was quite interesting to see the response from Chelsea Twitter. the response from the fans, how they feel about the situation. Now it's pretty much been confirmed, because when it came out originally, I was still very half-heartedly not sure if it was true, if it was not true, you know, what the scenario was, pretty much. A lot of people feel that it is a bit of a snake move from Rudiger. I'll ask you guys the questions in the chat. How do you feel upon this Rudiger news? Do you understand the scenario? Do you get why Rudiger's decided to leave? Or do you feel that he's been very snaky in the movement of it and sort of just, you know, pretty much thrown us under the grasp? One thing I would say in terms of losing Rudiger is, as a football club, when we were talking about closing the gap to the Liverpools and the Liverpools and the Man Cities, I think it makes it a lot harder to do that now, moving forward. I feel like we've gone 2 steps backwards, losing Rudiger. Andreas Christensen leaving the club was a little bit of a miss, don't get me wrong, when you think about his experience and what else. But him leaving and keeping Rudiger, for me, would have been the priority. The fact that we're losing both of these key defenders, the fact that we are potentially going to maybe lose Azpilicueta as well, doesn't really sit well for me going into the summer. Now, if you're the new Chelsea owner coming in, whether it's Sir Martin Broughton, whether it's whether it's Todd Bowley, you are not really going to be. You've really got a job in your hands. You've really got a job in your hands. So Tuchel came out saying on losing Rudiger, the club tried everything, but for some weeks we can't fight anymore. We can't continue. It will be difficult to replace him because Tony is what he is. A big personality, a leader, and he takes fear away from other people. And when I think about responsibilities, when I think about the statue of the player that's leaving the football club, and you think about already the lack of leadership that we have in the team, I think losing Antonio Rudiger is a big, big thing. I think we could be heavily affected with losing him. The fact that now we're probably going to need a minimum of 2 defenders to come in. This was the worst case scenario. And we spoke about this over the transfer news a couple months ago when we were talking about Christensen potentially really leaving. We all said on here, losing both of them players, which I didn't think was going to happen. But then at the time, we didn't know we was about to get sanctioned. At the time, you'd have assumed that maybe we would have negotiated some sort of contract. The fact that we're now losing both of these players is a big miss. And losing Rudiger for the personality that he is, the aggressiveness in his game, is a massive loss to the football club. And it's going to be very hard to replace. One that I don't think we can actually replace. When I say replace in terms of profile of the player, I don't think there's many defenders in the world out there that are on the same level as Rudiger, not just as from an ability aspect, but everything, the persona, everything about him, the image, the way he plays the game, the aggressiveness. Now, I know some Chelsea fans are not too worried about Antonio Rudiger leaving the football club. They feel that too much money for him, because there's too much money for him, the contract length, number of things. They feel that may go against. They feel that he's a limited player in system. The fact that he can possibly play better in a 3 than he can in a 4. Now, don't get me wrong. If you'd have asked me this over a year ago, I probably would have said the same thing. I probably would have agreed to the whole Antonio Rudiger not being able to adapt to different systems. But the truth is, over this season, I'm talking about this season only, he has played in the back 4, he has played in the back 3. And whatever he seems to play in, his levels of his performances have stayed. And the one thing that I feel that we miss massively from this team, and we've seen throughout this season, which is letting us down to this point, is the lack of consistency from certain players. Antonio Rudiger is one of them players that has been very consistent in his performances. And I don't think there's many players, maybe other than Thiago Silva, who's my player of the year, that can actually say that. Rudiger says, Sorry, Tuchel says, Rudiger, he gives players confidence and plays matches with consistency. It will be challenging, but like always, no matter how much I love Tony, there will be Chelsea without Tony. And that's the truth. We had the same thing with Eden Hazard. And I already see certain personnel on Twitter trying to already talk about how do we replace him? You know, how do we get the same sort of profile of player as what he is? You know? One second. I think some people don't know I'm live. You know, I think we need to look past the Rudiger phase. We're not going to find that model of player in his aggressiveness and the way he plays. What we need to look at now is the future. How can we bring in the right profile defenders? Do we make that one key signing, Jules Koundé? There's people talking about Skriniar. There's people talking about, what's his name? Got that made now. Boss something. Bostani? Boss. I can't remember what his name. You guys will know in the chat. Got out of my head. You know, there's a number of key players that people believe that Chelsea should look to buy to replace him. But replacing him is only one part of it, because Christensen leaving as well means that we have to concentrate on the defence, which ultimately is not really the area we wanted to do so much on when you think about it. Now, the fact that we've got to do that, the fact that we wanted to still get a midfielder in because Jorginho and Kante may not be here, the fact that one of our forwards or two of our forwards may leave the football club, the fact that we might have to replace a Werner or a Lukaku or a, I don't know, whoever leaves from that forward line, you know, there's going to be a lot asked from these new owners. Bastoni, that's it. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Kevio. Big up to you as well, man. E, nice to see you in the house. M3 in the house. NS Sports, big up to you. Hashinio as well. Still waiting. And one of the killer things, Hashinio, is we're still waiting for the owners to be announced. Now, if this was something that could have been done sooner rather than later, could Chelsea have negotiated a deal to keep Rudiger on, potentially? Has Rudiger already asked the camp? How long will it take? And my overall thoughts of this is this, because there was also comments to say that they believe Chelsea Football Club have offered Antonio Rudiger anything in the regions of around 230k in wages, which he still turned away. Now, if that's true, that tells me that he just wanted a new challenge. You know, being offered 230k. I think he wanted a signing on fee as well, but a large signing on fee on top of that. And Marina turned it away. She wasn't interested in doing it. So we kind of met, if that's true, and the board have met the negotiations or met where where he wanted to be, and he still said no, then I don't feel I can hold my hand up and blame the board too much. What Thomas Tuchel said today tells me that the reason we can't get it across the line is because of what's going on with the sanctionings. The fact that we can't negotiate, the fact that we can't actually sign players. Now, if you're Antonio Rudiger and you're sitting there and you're asking yourself, what am I doing here? All this uncertainty. When is this new owner going to be announced? Who is the new owner? How long till it can actually be finalised? On the top of your contract's running out, you only have an opportunity to get one big contract left. You're 28 years old, going on 29. You want to get a good 3-4 year package. You're in the prime of your life. You're playing very well. This is Rudiger. I'm thinking of Rudiger right now. Right? But you've waited and you've waited and you've waited to see and analyze when your opportunity or a negotiation can be, go again with your football club, talking about Chelsea, and it doesn't come. But then Real Madrid, after your performance against them at the Bernabeu and at home, mainly the Bernabeu, should we say, has now triggered them to give you what you wanted. Now, the difference to what Real Madrid offered him back then to what they offer him now is different. They're actually willing to meet his demands. The issue why Rudiger didn't agree back then to go to Real Madrid is because they wasn't meeting his demands. They saw the profile player. They saw the quality of Rudiger. They see that Chelsea Football Club was vulnerable because of the position that we find ourselves in with the sanctionings, which is, and they've capitalized on it. And they've given him everything he's wanted. They've given him the contract. And there's us sitting here with our hands tied behind our backs, not being able to sign on Rudiger, not being able to give him what he's offered. If we've offered him the 230, he could even sign the 230 because we're still under sanctions. He's probably not wanting to wait and take the risk himself. So now some people may think that's a snake move. Why didn't he wait? Why couldn't he listen to the new owners? Why couldn't he just waited? Maybe he fed up of waiting. Maybe this whole period of from what happened back when his agent was flirting with the idea of moving to what it is now was the period where Chelsea should have sorted it. Maybe we have to point fingers at Marina. Why did she leave it so long in between that period? To the point now where hands are tied, and even if we have offered him what he wants, he's not going to. He can't take it. He won't be able to do anything with it. There's so much wrong about Rudiger leaving Chelsea. It's ridiculous. Now, if it's a choice of that he wants to go and he wanted to leave, I'm all cool with that, because that means and the board have given him what he wanted, but he's not interested. I'm cool, because at the end of the day, there's nothing more we could have done. There's nothing more we could have done to have kept him. You know, the only thing Rudiger's done very well this season is that when he's been on the pitch, he's played with his, you know, with the badge to his heart, and he's given his everything. You know, you can never condone his performances on the pitch, and he's still going to be important going into the later phases of this as well. Big up to Mr. Chelsea, says grass isn't always greener, see Hazard, and that's true. And we've not even replaced Hazard. You remember we brought Pulisic in and was like, yeah, Christian Pulisic will come and replace Hazard. You can't replace certain profile players for me. And tell you, Rudiger, we may be able to find a player that can come in and grow and become its own player, but that's what we're going to need to do. But we as Chelsea fans are going to have to accept that we are not going to be anywhere near a title charge. And as long as Thomas Tuchel, as the manager, is happy to accept that we can't, you know, that maybe we're on a building phase now. The fact that we're losing so many key players, the fact that the new owners are going to have to buy, but might not buy ferociously at the beginning, might buy the one or two players, which is fine. But there needs to be a long-term project there. And the fact that we're losing Rudiger, I said, is 2 steps back for Chelsea Football Club. We're not moving any closer to Man City or Liverpool right now. So we as fans need to accept and understand that if we're going to lose defenders like that, without already sorting out the Cantes and the Jorginhos and whatever's going to happen with the forward lines, and not even got any wing backs yet, we're going to have to accept that we're nowhere near where we think we are, and just allow, providing Thomas Tuchel wants to hang around, and I, God forbid, pray that he stays, because we need him. We can't lose that type of manager. Can't. But providing he's happy to hang around for now and build towards it and create his own philosophy, his own team, the team that he said that he wants clubs to fear when they come to Stamford Bridge, provided we give him that time, Thomas Tuchel, then I'm called to wait. We as Chelsea fans have won so much, and we want to continue winning so much. But this day was always going to come where we kind of just can't do that. We this here, and then you have a little bit of this, and then you go to here. But it's about this, not the declining. I'm not saying a heavy decline. But what I'm saying is having that little blip to then build to work your way up, I'm cool with. Because that's like anything. The difference is, as long as we don't go like Man United or Arsenal, where the blip went, the blip went, the blip went, the blip went, and it just went. There was no real system in place, infrastructure in place to keep it here. It just went downhill, which is what happened. And now you can see Arsenal rising slowly, but shortly after 20 odd years. Let's have it right. You know, Man United are in a big blip at themselves. Providing that we can accept that as fans, then we'll be fine. But I do feel that these new owners will invest, and they will invest correctly under Thomas Tuchel's demands. And that's why Todd Bowley's important for me. You know, I don't know about Sir Martin Brown and what his ideas would be and if they'd be that interested. Big up to Mo as well. Hassan, big up to you. Kunde and Bastoni, they're all decent defenders. You know, it's just how long do they need to settle in? Are we facing a massive rebuild? I don't think it's... I feel that we're close to needing a massive rebuild, yes. I don't feel we are anywhere where we should be. I think we've got great young players, but we're nowhere near Man City and Liverpool. Some people may feel that our best 11 may on its day be better. Yeah. But we can beat any team in the world on our day. But it's not enough when you're in the Premier League playing 38 games a season. You need a structure. You need profiles. You need the right profile players. You need versatility, which we don't have. We don't have versatile players. There's a number of things we do not have in this system right now. And we saw it today in the game. And we're going to talk about the game in a minute. We saw it today. Today was another evidence of how far away we truly are. How far away we truly are. And yes, we missed a couple of key-ish players. Reece James, Ben Chilwell still out. Kovacic. Mate, for me, Kovacic is a big one. But we are nowhere near where we think we need to be. And now losing Tony Rudiger as well, it really isn't any real great news for this football club, you know. I think we just need to start accepting that maybe we need to give a couple years to get back to where we used to be in. It's not like we haven't won things. We've won things and been the most successful team in England for a number of years. This day was going to happen, providing that we don't go down the route of Man United, Arsenal, and we just work on it for the next 2 years, maybe even 3, and we're still in Champions League, and we can try and, you know, go into finals and challenging for cups, maybe winning a cup here and there, but maybe not winning the league in their first 2 seasons. I'm cool with that, providing we're working towards it, because that Liverpool team's aging. They're going to have to change soon. That Man City team's going to have no pep. They're going to need to have a new idea, a new philosophy, a new project, a new manager, a new system. All of that's going to come. But this is an opportunity for Chelsea, new owners of Chelsea and Tuchel, providing that he's down for staying, to now look to the future. And that means give time. That doesn't mean us fans being reactionary because we're so used to be getting so much success all the time, which is what we are. We're very reactionary because we're spoiled. We're used to always winning things, and that's the bill and the end all of it all. Big up to EE. Who else we've got? Rudiger is too greedy, is what Chelsea boy is saying. Koulibaly in is what Tim's is saying. CFC Hashi says don't have squad depth either. Chilwell gets injured, and I just said it, Hashi. I agree, bro. Jeff.E, big up to you. Says big up to the Blues fans. Nice to see you in the house, guys. If you are new here, because there's a couple of new people in the chat, please subscribe to the channel. When I wrote to 6K. We do daily Chelsea streams. We try and keep you up to date on the transfer news daily if it's on as well. So yeah, but get the likes up as well, guys, because if you haven't hit that thumb yet, please do so now. Let's get this over 50 likes. We are going to talk about the game next. We are going to open up the lines. We always give you guys the opportunity to have your say. But I wanted to just start on that Rudiger news because it is what it is. And the whole sanctions scenario, not knowing when we'll have a new owner, when that new owner will kick in, you know, a lot of that is not helping the situations with certain players at our football club. And we just need to understand that. We can still blame the board for not sorting it out sooner, which I agree on. You know, I do agree on in the likes of the Marinas and co, should we say. But it is what it is. Gabrielle says, any team can beat any team on a day. Missed opportunities. We are overrated our squad. Our strength was the defence. Now it's both ends of the team. Yeah, and I kept saying it. It's not... The defence is only going to continue doing that. You only can do that and sustain that to a certain point. But at some point, you're going to need the rest of your team to step up. And the issue is, and it's still the issue to today, is that we don't have that. We don't have that major step up. You know, we need more time. Summer's going to be interesting because they could go heavy, the new owners, and give Tuchel 300-400 million and say, go on, go in heavy, get what you need now. Let's keep us up there. But Thomas Tuchel's going to need time to bring in these 3 or 4 players and adapt them to the system. Doesn't mean we're going to hit the ground running and go and win leagues, even if the new owners think that's the way forward. I don't think that's going to be the case. You know, I think we will have to be patient, especially now Rudiger's leaving. Yeah, I heard that as well, Hassan. Big up to you. Topbin says, we've seen rudderless as a club at the moment. Nothing sorted with the new owners, players leaving, half-empty stadiums, things that it's just not good times at Chelsea. And you could see it, even over and we're going to talk about the game now, actually. Let's just get into the game, shall we? Because 25 minutes we've been talking about Rudiger's scenario. We know the scenario is what it is. We have to accept he's going to leave. And it was a poor performance today. And I agree with what player 4, 5, 6 was saying just now. But let's get into it, because there is a couple little stats we'll just quickly share with you guys before we delve into it more. Obviously, a little bit of light here and there. Ruben Loftus-Cheek for Chelsea versus West Ham. Seems like he's enjoying his right wing-back role. Most passes in the final, most touches in the opposite box, most duels won, most chances created, most tackles, and also got the most take-ons. Ruben Loftus-Cheek had a very good second half to the game. And again, for me, I keep saying it, he is a player that's growing in stature, but at the same time, not too sure that that right wing back role is for him. Now, he could prove me wrong. He could prove us all wrong. Again, not a bad game today. We're going to talk more about players when we do the player ratings soon. But yeah, it was an overall not a bad game from him. One other quick stat which quite surprised me because I nearly fell asleep watching the game, which I didn't feel was right, is this one here. Chelsea had 26 shots against West Ham, the most they've had in the Premier League game this season. They made one count in the end. We had 26 shots against West Ham, the most we've had in the Premier League. That did not feel like it, especially in the first half. I mean, the second half we came out and we looked a bit more hungry a bit later in the game, but overall, it didn't feel like a 26 shots game. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but there you go. Stats are stats, man. Stats are stats. Stats are stats. Now, we got to big up Mr. Christian Pulisic. Let's bring him up quickly. Here he is. Christian Pulisic with the full-time with the last couple minutes winner. Great result for Chelsea. And I keep saying to this, put the performance aside. What was more important today on the back of losing to Arsenal? Winning. And we did it. We did it just about. Because if Pulisic didn't score that goal and Jorginho, as we know, missed that penalty, it would have been all hell break loose. Maybe some of the ratings that we're going to give in a second or in a bit would be completely and utterly rubbished. But Christian Pulisic stepped up in the right place at the right time and took his chance. And it's an important goal from him. Doesn't make him an automatic starter for doing it, but he got us out the rub. And Alonso with the assist as well. You know, it was... I'm going to be honest with you. I had the Formula One on and this game on. I was getting so bored of watching this game. I was so fed up and so pissed off with the way we were playing. I want to talk about that in a second. But in terms of the match stats, we did dominate the game. As you can see, 66% to their 33%. 26 shots on target as well. I am still here. 2 seconds. Let me turn that on. It's getting a bit dark in here, guys. Can't see me. There we go. It's better. 26 shots on target. 26 shots, total shots, with only 5 on target, 9 off target. So even though we had 26 shots that were, or should we say, 21 shots that were just not even on target. I mean, look, 26 total shots, 5 on target and 9 off target. So what happened to the others? God knows. 88% passing completion rate, 54% tackles were won, 52% aerial duels won, 1 yellow card and the one red for Mr. Dawson on the foul to Lukaku. But what went wrong? Why was the performance so lackluster today was the biggest question mark of today. And obviously this is how we decided to line up. You know, it was a lineup when I first saw it that I thought to myself, we need to go and win. I saw the West Ham lineup and there was no Rice, there was no Antonio. You know, they had Ben Rama leading the line. They had 4 nails off one side. They had the Yarmolenko off the other. They had Mark fucking Noble in the midfield. I'm sitting there and I'm like, do you know what, West Ham? You've done us a favour. But at the same time, these guys have got the Europa League semi-final in mind, which is on Thursday. So that was clearly seen. But boy, on the pitch, would you have even noticed it? Because in the first half, we were so poor. So poor again. And I don't get why it takes Thomas Tuchel to go in the second half and tell them to wake up or fire them up. Because that first half was so poor. We had no aggression. We had no hunger. We didn't look like we were bothered. We looked like we were the team winning. We looked like the team in control of the game. I thought we were 3-0 up the way we were playing today. We weren't 3-0 up. We was 0-0. How slow we still moved the ball. How slow we still moved the ball. How many on target? Liam, it was poor, mate. 5 shots on target. Big up to Noah as well. Over 150 of you guys here. Big up everyone that's here already. Make sure you smash that like button. The lines will be open soon as well. Jem performed like this in the FA Cup final. You're getting cooked 4-0. Yeah, maybe against Hughes. You didn't have the best of games today, though, did you? You know, But then again, you have an impact because you look at your substitutions, Liverpool fans, and the people that come on the pitch make a difference. Today, we could maybe say it was the case because we scored with Christian Pulisic. But again, I feel like Thomas Tuchel made it a bit late. But so slow are you. You're right. And Pairigi, blimmin' hell, J5 tax. You know, some people feel like it's Jorginho that slows us down. I get that to a degree because of the way he plays. But they were all slow. That first half, we had Kante and J5, who were dropping deep here, playing the balls into our wing-backs in Ruben and Thingy. Mount coming so deep here. Havertz and Werner were like the opposites to each other. They weren't even here and here where they should have been close. They were out here. And every time we picked up the ball deep here and we tried to like play these 1-2s, we just had a wall of West Ham players in front of us with 2 players up front. When we did work our way up the pitch, we still do this shit. This is what we do. This is it. Kante sits there. Jorginho sits a little bit deeper here. Ruben's up the pitch here. Havertz is there. You know, and these lot move up to halfway line. We get the ball on to the wing backs here. And all we want to do is sideways triangle passes. The reason I put that there is so you could see. We start doing all this triangle passing here. But not one of them makes a pass and then goes. They just want to do, one touch sideways. And then they get the ball and then they go to this side. Ruben gets the ball. Kante comes across. Mount, who had the freedom role to go to here, does this. Havertz then starts doing this. And then you end up having 4 players attracted to the ball, trying to do little one-touches between the 4 of them. Timo Werner then, because he's so far wide, sits there. J5 gets to the box here, and Alonso just sits there. Who's in the box? And that was the story of our first half. Why do we always have to go and do these weird triangles? And every time we did whip the ball into Havertz, he was up against 2, 3, 4 players. It wasn't good enough. Kante and Jorginho didn't have the worst of games, I don't think. Jorginho was moving the ball forward a lot more quicker for him. Again, it wasn't always paying off, but he still moved the ball quicker. Kante was winning balls back a bit quicker, had a bit more energy in the game. But Werner was out here again. And why? Why is he not here? Why is he always here and then trying to go in there? We don't need that. You know, we didn't have any problems going the other way. I thought Silva, Aspie and Chalobah held their own quite well. But it was the same story the second half. The only difference with the second half to what was the first is that later on in the second half, we decided to move the ball quicker. And by moving the ball quicker, you start to see that the defence starts getting dragged. The midfield gets dragged. But why do we always take longer? Why do we always take up to 50, 60 minutes to realise? It's like they look at the time. It's only 20 minutes. It's only 10. It's only 30 minutes. We've still got time. Let's just keep doing them little link-ups. It's going to come soon. You know, the little 1-2s. But we're not going to run behind. We're just going to do triangle passes, which is what they do. They don't help themselves. Kai Havertz, you should be more focused here. Today, he wanted to be a winger. You know, the only time he saw him in the box is when Werner was out here. Werner, I don't want you out here. Let Alonso go there. Let Mount come across. Let them work saying out together. And you sit here in between the box. Havertz here. You here. Ruben here. Kante protecting. J5 covering. Done. Suffocate the area. But no, we want to do this. Triangle. This. Ruben's not even in the box. He's always here. Look at that. What are you going to do with that? Chelsea on the break. They get to the, they get to the corner flag. They do a couple of trio passes and they whip the ball into Havertz, who's on his own. And then it goes out here. Havertz wants to come deep. Play ball with Mount and Ruben. Werner then comes to here. Alonso just sits there. Same problem. One person in the box. Why were we so successful under the Tuchel system in the free? It's because every time we got the balls out to the wings, we had 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 with one holding here. Because when a team's so deep, like West Ham was today, You don't need to worry about these parts here. When Silva and Aspie, Chalobah were clearing up in behind. So every time the ball got cleared, J5 would pick it up. Kante would hunt it if it was to be hunted. But that is where we're more, if Mount has to link the play and find yourself here. Don't find yourself here. Don't you find yourself here. Find yourself more in the box is what I'm saying. We don't do that. We don't do that whatsoever. And we're so boring to watch. I keep saying it. We are the slowest counter-attacking team. One of the slowest counter-attacking teams in the league. I don't honestly know what we're doing half the time. I don't get our style of play. It's not good enough. Genuinely isn't. Big up to QNTV in the house as well. Lukaku changed the game. No, he didn't. He got, he done one good thing, got the guy sent off and turned the guy, and Jorginho missed a penalty. But other than that, but maybe we should have brought him on earlier. Maybe we needed something different. Lukaku being the focal point may have helped that. I don't know. Goham says Tim's falling on his ass in the box just to get a pen will be the legacy of his Chelsea career. Oh my God, Goham, man. Goham with the absolute clangers as always. Guys, we are going to open up them lines soon. We're going to do the player ratings next. I want everyone in the chat to get involved, but make sure that we all hit the like button now. How quick can we get these likes up to 100? We're officially on 54 likes. Everyone that's in here now hits that like button. We could probably get to 100 likes. I'm pretty sure most of you that are coming in and out haven't all hit it. So let's all hit it. How quick can we get to that 100 mark? Very well, Stinner says, Kante had a good game today. I actually think Jorginho was better before he had that miss. Tried to tell my friend. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Goham. Well done. Well done, Goham. Big up to my lad Dylan as well in the house. Nice to see him. Big up to you, Devin, as well, man. Now you brought me back to that. Christensen. Let's talk Andreas Christensen quickly. Because originally the lineup come out. Christensen was playing. Sumin left centre-back. I even saw him get off the coach. I even see Christensen get off the coach. But no. Breaking news. Andreas Christensen has a stomachache. A stomachache. Why did you travel in if you had a stomachache? And then it clicked in my head because Vince come out with this comment. And it was a comment a while ago, back in 23rd of Jan 2019, where Maurizio Sarri came out and said, Sarri on Christensen. Christensen's toilet break at Arsenal, because he had a toilet break at Arsenal. I actually remember that as well. I was worried more than anything. You know very well that Christensen on match days always has stomachache. I don't know the reason, but he's always very nervous. I don't know what to say. So what Maurizio Sarri's just said there is spot on. He had an absolute shit game last game round, right? And this is the truth. He had an absolute shit game last game round. And instead of stepping up and coming out on that pitch and putting the performance in, he bottled it. He fucking bottled it. Like Maurizio Sarri said in 2019. This is something that's been happening under Christensen for time then. We're in 2022. Guys still moaning about stomach cramps. The other day it was headache. Then it was stomach cramp. This Andreas Christensen guy is pretty much like a kid at school that's trying to skip a class. Oh, I don't want to do this one, so I'll just pretend I'm ill. Oh, I'm ill. I can't go in. That is literally what it reminds me of. It is disgusting. I don't want to see him in a Chelsea shirt anymore. I am done with him. This guy, right? The one thing people are trying to do as well, and I've seen it, they're all trying to compare Rudiger to Christensen's leave. They're calling him both snakes. But for me, Rudiger is nowhere near what Christensen is in terms of the snakeness, in terms of everything. Why? Because Rudiger this season has played all the way through for the team. And you can see he plays for us. His performances every blimmin' week are consistent. He works so hard. That's why he holds his place. Rudiger, if he was sick, I'm pretty sure would still play. He's that type of character. This guy blimmin' gets a stomachache and can't even perform. But yet gets offered 140k by Chelsea and then goes and accepts an 100k wage by Barcelona. Go and fuck off then. Stop with all this bullshit. I got stomach ache. And then we find out that Maurizio Sarri's saying it's because apparently he gets nervous. What is he? He's meant to be one of the experienced players. We've got people like Chalobah out there, Kai Havertz. All these people younger than you are on the pitch being accounted for. This guy is a fucking waste, man. I'm telling you, absolute waste. I knew it when I told you, all you guys 2 years ago, Krusty the Clown. This guy is a clown. Yeah, and he pisses me off. And why I get so angry with him is that he's one of the experienced heads in our defence. And look at what he's doing. Look at it. Fucking donut. So anxiety means you can't play. Oh, don't, mate. Honestly, it's disgusting. It's disgraceful. Like it says here, Christian is a disgrace. He's actually a disgrace. Bitchinson is the softest motherfucker to ever play. He is. He is Bitchinson. He is literally a bitch. The boys need to hit the gym and bulk up. Yeah, big up to Igal. If that is Igal, EGTV, what's up? Big up to you, my guy. Big up to you. Yo, B, why are you angry? Who's angry? I'm just pissed off with this guy, man. I'm pissed off with people defending this guy all the time. Big up to Bex in the house. She says, I used to defend this clown, you know, absolute joke. And she says it there. He is a joke. Oh, no. Maurizio Sarri said it 2019. But anyway, I can't be bothered. The guy does mean him. Bidgerson delivers a healthy baby at half-time. Congrats to him and his... Oh, my fuck. Go on, man. Go on. I love Go on, man. Go on is a classic. I hate hating on people, but hopefully his Barca career isn't smooth. Is what trust, bro. Do you know what? I don't hate on him. Good luck to him. Barcelona, good luck. Good riddance. Good fucking riddance. Go and get defenders that want to play for this team, not make up shit excuses like this guy makes up all the time. I hate it. It winds me up. Never seen a player like it in a Chelsea shirt. Can you guys even remember a player that's done what he's done? Ever. Because this season, it was his bum, then it was his head, then it was his fucking belly. Now he's got cramp. He had an earache one time, couldn't play. Even when he does play, he comes off, and then it's because apparently he's injured, and then he's all right because he's on the fucking team lineup. Yeah, facts. Mate, the guy does my head in. I don't hate any of our players, but I struggle with this guy. This guy makes me... Ugh. Anyway, player ratings. Let's do it so we can get the panel in. Let's do the player ratings, guys. Edward Mendy. So you know what you need to do? 1 to 10. Let me know in the chat what you feel. Is it me? It's me. I'm shocked. Are you talking like you're on Fraud Watch? What do you mean? Who's on Fraud Watch? It's me. I'm shocked. Are you talking like you're on Fraud Watch? Oh, what? When we used to call people out for frauds? Yeah, easily. This guy's a fraud, bro. Edouard Mendy's performance, guys. You know, I need 1 to 10. Quick rating, player ratings. We'll fly through this so we can get the lines open and get the panel in, see what their thoughts and opinions was. You've already heard mine. You already know how I feel about the game. Still feel annoyed about the whole scenario. We spoke about Antonio Rudiger as well earlier in the show. But now let's get into this, guys. Let's get into this ratings. Over 150 of you guys here. Big up to you all. 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. Many has a good double save. Think it might be offside, but 6 to 7, 7, 6. Do what Beck says. Do what Beck says. Let's get this over 100 likes, guys. If you haven't done already, 5, 6, 7. Do you know what, guys? After all of that, I'm going to bang on. You're talking like your Chelsea players are frauds. He is close to a fraud, yeah. Andreas Christensen. After what he's done this season, he is close. I mean, he's a snake anyway. 7, 6, 6, 6. Right. Edouard Mendy, better performance today. Came out, and I keep saying this, playing into confidence, made some good saves. Had that one little moment where he tried to play it out and it didn't work, and, you know, we nearly got caught. But however, the overall game was decent. He kept another clean sheet. I would go for a 6.5 for him. We have standards, bro. We have standards. Mendy gives the ball away every game. I'm getting sick of it. What are you talking about? He had a better game today, Gary Dinner. He had a better game today. Stop this. Stop this. So, Yeah, I'm going to go over 6.5 for Edouard Mendy. Let's move on to the back three. I want to start with Cesar Azpilicueta. Now, I wasn't too impressed with him as left centre-back. I thought in the first half he kept giving the ball away constantly. His positional sense was wrong. He just looks washed. And if we're losing Christensen and Rudiger, and we lose, he goes as well, we're going to need about 3 defenders here. And if he goes, I don't really feel like we're going to miss much. And I love Azpilicueta, I do. But he's on a heavy decline, guys, man. We are not getting anywhere. We're not getting anywhere close to the Premier League next season or next 2 seasons with Azpilicueta still playing and starting in our back. I'm sorry. I love him. He's a legend. But we need to move on. And today he was the worst out of the back three. Not that he done much heavily wrong, but he's passing, he's decision making. He's just not there. And apparently he's meant to be going to Barcelona as well. Could that happen? Big up to Nathan Harding in the house as well. Nice to see you, bro. In famous CFC, we are fucked defensively. Bro, we could be losing. Well, we are losing Rudiger, Christensen and Azpilicueta. What we do? And we need to sort out DM. We've got to sort out our forward line. We need to get some wing backs. And now all of a sudden we could be losing 3 defenders. We need some serious investment. We need some serious investment, guys. This is what I'm saying to you. Get out of your heads. Chelsea getting anywhere near winning a title for the next couple of seasons. We need to give these owners time, unless they throw 400 million to Tuchel and say, go and get what you need. That could happen. But we need to give this time. We need to give this time. We are nowhere near the level of Man City and Liverpool. Squad depth's been found out massively. And today's game, as I keep saying, has proven that. Again, I believe we are going into a rebuild phase. We've been a team that's won a lot, been very successful. And at this moment in time, this moment was always going to come. But as Chelsea fans, we have to just accept it. Not expect enough, because our expectations are always high. We have standards. We are Chelsea fans. We've won things. We've been the most successful team in the last 20 years. It's cool. But we do need to give Tuchel time. And I keep praying to the Lord that Tuchel stays, rebuilds with us, gets the players he wants, new owners back him, give him a 2-3 year profile, get rid of some more deadwood, slowly bring in some more new players that he wants. Let's allow them to adapt to the system and the way we play and keep going. That's what we need to do to work towards getting up to the Premier League again, because we're not near it. We was with a fit 11, but our squad depth's not good enough to cover it. 5. Rebecca says if Aspie starts next season, he needs to be third choice. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Silva's 38, but he's still going to start, isn't he, next season? And I'd still have him. He's been player of the season by far. At least. Oh, my God. We've been successfully papering over the cracks, but that's come to an end. I think it is. Bastoni, Kunde, De Ligt, Skriniar, you name it. You want to keep going. These are the players that Chelsea need to bring in. City winning next season. But yeah, Azpilicueta for me was a fucking... You know what? I was on Lorenz's channel earlier and we was giving all these highest ratings. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, why the hell are we even going that high? All right, we won the game. Truth is, Azpilicueta was probably a 5, maybe a 4. 4 or 5 for me, easily. But we move. Thiago Silva El Monstro. Now, he hasn't been the greatest the last couple of games, but again, he was back today, and he had a very good game for me. And the penalty came from his flick-on header, which Lukaku then spun. So for me, his overall game, winning the challenges. All right, he gave a couple of fouls here and there. For me, Thiago Silva is a 7.5. So important to this team. Continues to be so important to this team. Pau Torres. 6, 7, 6, 6, 6. I'm going 7.5, man. I thought he was good today, man. I'm not going to lie. 7, 7, 6 is what people were saying here. Fair enough. 8 is what Centurion's saying. By far, Bex. Preach. He is my player of the season as well. 7, 7. I'm going 7.5, man. He is the El Monstro. He literally is the El Monstro. Guys, we are 30 likes away from 100 likes, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Smash that like button. Let's get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible. 7, 7, 6.5. He ain't. But again, he may need time here. He may need time to come in and adapt. Let's move. Trevor Chalobah. Now, I thought Trevor Chalobah had a good game. He had a little dodgy moment at the beginning of the game, but he was important at blocking. He had a good shot in the first half, which a goalie saved quite well. Overall, didn't have much to do, but done his job. Done a job. Well, we know Chalobah can play in the free. He will have that moment in him where he'll make the wrong decision. People forget with Chalobah, he is still fresh off the boat. Like, he's literally just got into this Chelsea team like in one season. Like what he done at the beginning of the season is over exceed the expectations. What he's doing now is what I expected, having a little bit of a decline, having some moments where he's making little mistakes. He's allowed that. But at the moment, he's come back in this game. I thought he was decent. I would give him probably a 6.5 or a 7. I think maybe more a 7 for me. I thought he was better than Azpilicueta by far. Some people think he was worse. Okay, cool. He did well. He nearly fell over again and away a chance, but he would play. I thought he had a good game, man. 6.5, 6, 7, 6, 4. 4? He was never a 4. I agree. He was never a 4. 6. I'll go for a 7. Centurion saying 7.5. I'm giving Chalobah a 7 for this one. I thought he'd come back for his first game in a while. He came back and he stepped up. Do you know what I mean? He done his thing. When he played against Man United, I don't know. He did have a good shot. Hiker in mind. He did have a good shot. Let's move. Let's move on to the midfield. Now, Jorginho. I know this guy gets a lot of slack and he hasn't been great. And he did miss probably one of the worst penalties I've ever seen taken. Like, it was so bad. Like, the power behind that penalty. It was like a pass. It didn't even go in any direction. It just literally just rolled. You know, like when when a 2-year-old baby kicks a ball and it's rolling towards the goal, but really at no pace. And then the dad just falls over and goes, "Oh!" You know, that was literally it. Except the goalie just saved it. It was literally like a 2-year-old penalty. But prior to the penalty, I actually thought Jorginho had a good game. I actually do think Jorginho was better than Kante today. I think he moved the ball quicker. I'd say very quick. It wasn't quicker. He tried to get us, going in some sort of way. He still went a bit sideways, backwards, but he was doing a lot more this forward, which is what I want from him because he can do it. He can do it. But for me, Jorginho did have a bad game. I would give Jorginho. It was a bad pen, wasn't it? It was a stinky pen, man. Like that pen. I don't even know where to start with that pen. That penalty it was like a 2-year-old baby. Big up to Weir Wason Mount. Nice to see you. 4 Georgie is lucky. I don't think he was that bad. I want to give him for that penalty miss as well. It would have been probably a 6.57 for me. But for that penalty miss, I'm probably going to give him a 5.5, maybe a 6 if he's lucky. 5.5 or 6. Some people think Kante was better. Some people, I genuinely... Nah, I don't know. We'll talk about Kante next. 6. 5. Georgie has always been a poor penalty taker. Well, he hasn't because he scored a lot of penalties. This is one of his first penalty misses for his last 6, if I'm right in saying. But it's the way he takes it, Lightbulb. It's the way he sort of takes it. You think if West Ham don't win Euro, wherever we get Rice, not for 150 million, but we do need the DM. I feel like we could put much mentally into the Madrid game. Yeah, you can see it, man. We just don't look at it whatsoever. Our performances stink. And that's why I've gone past looking at performances anymore. Win games, get the points on the table, and then concentrate on the FA Cup final, which we will get slapped, by the way, if we play like we are playing at the moment. We need to find form before that game, massively. Now, N'Golo Kante didn't have a bad game today. He didn't have an exceptionally great game. He had more energy today. He's more, he's winning more things in the midfield. He looked like he had a bit of an extra yard. Some people would say it was looking closer to the old Kante. Not for me. It was parts of his game, yes. But man, how many times did he pass the ball to no man's land and it went out for a throw-in to West Ham? Because he done that a couple of times. When he got forward with the ball, he could have played the ball a bit quicker, went sideways to Alonso. I know Kante is not that progressive player, but he does have the pace and he does find himself in good positions. I just feel that the best of Kante, and I'm talking about last year, Champions League Kante, was when we found him in the pockets, he progressively drove forward with the ball, and he made the right decision with the pass. And not just with that, if we lost the ball, he'd win it back within seconds. That's the kind of Kante that I know. This Kante was good at chasing the ball down and winning it as of when we needed it. That energy was there more than the last games. But his passing, for me, wasn't at his best, is what I'm going to say. Kante was poor for you. I think Jorginho was better. Igal, if that is you, Igal. I don't think it was great. He did win a lot of balls back through, and even from his own mistakes, he won back. Yeah, he did, but he could just do better. It's N'Golo Kante, man. This is N'Golo Kante, world-class N'Golo Kante. I just expect more. 5.5. I don't think it was better than Jorginho, but that's my opinion, you know? I know you guys are saying 6s, 7, 6, 6, 5.5, 6.5, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going with 5.5, man. Yeah, I'm going with 5.5. But we do miss Kovacic massively, man. We do miss Kovacic massively. Let's move on to Alonso. Now, I don't know how he got man of the match. Because, don't get me wrong, it was a poor game anyway. So maybe kind of makes sense the fact that he was on the pitch for 90 minutes and he did assist the goal. But he was poo most of the game. He was poo. Oh, big up, bro. Oh, Igal is in the chat. I didn't know because so many people make up silly. Accounts. I don't know. It's him half the time. Igal, let me make Igal because he's my boy. Igal's my boy. I can't do it though. Igal, I've made you a mod, mate. I've made you a mod. So when you talk, I know it's you. Igal is a mod. For me, he was a 5.5. He was not nowhere the best player on the pitch. He's still very limited. Yeah, I got your text. I just modded you, so if you write, it should be able to see. Yeah. I've modded you. So many people thought we had a decent game today. I just saw the average Alonso, the guy that very slow on the ball, goes backwards, sideways, lost the ball a couple of times, didn't do much to help speed the ball up, didn't really help going much the other way. But then again, he assisted for the goal. So you've got to take that into consideration. But overall, he wasn't fucking great. The fact that people think he was decent, he wasn't great. 7, 8, 6. I'm going with 5.5, man. Alonso def sold his soul to the devil. That's the only way to explain it. 7, 4. I'm going with 5, man. I'm going with a 5. Straight up 5 for Alonso. Someone that I thought played better out of the wing-backs today. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. First off, trying to find a guy. There he is. First off, it wasn't the greatest vintage Loftus-Cheek performance, but still better than Alonso, first off. Second off, he set the tone. He was making tackle after tackle, winning the ball back higher up the pitch. You know, at one point, in 2 minutes, he done like 3 tackles that then led to us to spur forward. And from doing that, the energy of the other players kicked in. And it took about the 60th minute onwards for us to fucking wake up. You know, I thought Ruben was good. I thought Ruben was good today. You know, I do feel that I'm still unsure if can play the wing-back role. He definitely can cover there and do a job. I still think his final third in that position is not great, like making the right decision. But I don't really blame him from that area because he's very limited in how he plays because he can only stay on the right. When he's an 8, he has the freedom to make the decision, drive into the space. But in the position that he's playing as a wing-back, you can't do that as much. So I do think it was a good game of him. Big up to John CFC, man. Hope you're well. 6.57, 6.57, 7.57. Daddy Tuchel, nice to see you, man. 6.57. Cheeks still got the Fulham logo on screen. My man will say go. 6, 7. I want to give him a... David, really? David coming out of an absolute bomb. Saying he's another dead... are you saying Ruben was dead? Or are you talking about the whole game? I mean, if you talk about the game, it was a dead performance in terms of the game. Yeah, 100%. 6, 7... I don't know. Can't be... 7. Astrutax. Fator's in the house. I think it was a 7. I'll give him a 7 as well. I think 7's a fair result for Ruben. Better performance from him off there. Front three. Let's get into it very quickly so we can open up these lines for you guys. Get you involved. Get this over 100 likes, though, guys. We've only got 78 likes. Get another 20 likes, please, as we're doing this. Let's start with Mason Mount, shall we? Was it a great performance from him? No. Did he do much? Did I really see him on the pitch? No. Now, he had a couple good chances, shots, which just went over the bar. Not a vintage Mount performance, no. Is he overplayed? Yeah. I don't get why he still plays 90 minutes after 90 minutes after 90 minutes. I know he's like our main output guy, but when he's having a game like he is today, leave Ruben on, take him off, put Ruben in the middle and put Ziyech on the right. Like, don't have to always play Mason Mount, especially when he's ghosting. Today wasn't his best of games. I don't fully blame the forward line today for that as well. I felt like how slow we played makes them play so deep. And when they're so deep, they can't be effective because what are they going to do there? You know, and there was no real speed to our movement. It was hard for forwards to really get in. But at the same time, still wasn't enough from themselves. You know, we didn't see enough from themselves. 6. Oh, she didn't attend, did she? I didn't know. She did not attend. 3, 6, 6, 6.5, 6.5, 5, 5. I'm going with 5.5 for Mason Mount, man. Going for a 5.5. He tried, so 5, yeah, 6. Filling Cover's shoes, driving the ball, defensive into attacks. Yeah, that's where he belongs, Jem. He still contributes to a goal, mate. Well, with a build-up to the pass of the pass that then led to Alonso crossing the ball in, if you want to say. 5.5 for Mason Mount. You know, Timo Werner. Now, I don't think Timo Werner... Listen, he didn't have the greatest of games, but he did have the best opportunities. One of them, it was leaning back, couldn't get much power into it. Don't blame him for it. The one that got me the most with him was when I think Ruben had a shot and it landed right in front of him. And instead of just shooting straight away, he took 2 or 3 touches to the right and then smashed it into the side net. He basically shut off the space to shoot. No wonder he hit the side netting. Other than that, was he poor today? No. I don't think he was shocking. He again gave it his all, a bit like Mount. Didn't really get much. Did have good chance. I think he was more involved than Mount still, Timo Werner today, because obviously the chances that he made or made for himself. But, you know, not the greatest again, you know. I'll probably say 6 for Timo Werner for me. I'll say a 6 for Timo, 5.5 for Mount. He didn't score. He's still too erratic in front. I agree. Today he lacked the composure to take that shot. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't think so, Rodrigo. He had the chance there. The ball was in the middle of the fucking penalty box. Just hit it into the goal. Why are you taking 2-3 touches to your right and then hitting it into a side net? You didn't need to do that. Just hit it. You know, like he had the chance there. I don't agree with the extra touch for me. I don't agree, but I still think he wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh my God, Timo's so bad. You know, it wasn't. For me, out of the 3, he's probably by this little much a bit better than Mount. But Havertz for me was probably the worst out of the 3. We were going to talk about next. And we're going to get to Havertz right now. And I know again, and you know, you can't fault Kai Havertz for how hard he works. He works so hard. He does. He tries. But the problem with him sometimes is he just over tries. You know, he makes things hard for himself. Stay in the box. Why are you going out to the wing trying to do triangles like I showed you earlier on the tactics when we went through it? The tactical breakdown. Stop going to the right, trying to create triangles with Ruben and Mount. Go and stay in the box. Let them try and work together between the 2 of them to break them down on the wing. And then find yourself in the box. He was starved today. He was very starved today. And when we did whip the balls in from the left, he was the only player in the box attacking it. And it was a hard day for him today. For me, he was a 5. So I went him for a 5. I went for Mount a 5.5. I went for Werner for a 6. You could say 4, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, I think 5. You know, I think 5. And that's not great. He don't. But the only good thing with Havertz is he doesn't just sit around. He works. If he knows he's not in the game, he will go and fucking go to the ball and try and make things happen. He'll do something. Do you know what I mean? Even if it ain't a good game for him, he'll always try and get involved. And that's the thing. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great performance for him, but I think a 5 is about right. Because Werner is where he should be sometimes. It's just finishing with Werner. That's the thing with Werner for me. He always seems to find himself where he should be, but it's just not thinking when you're there. Just shoot. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, let's move from Kai Havertz. Should we quickly rate the players that come on? Hakim Ziyech, for me, was a 5. The reason I gave him that, because for 10 minutes, he was only on the pitch for 10 minutes. What can you rate someone that's been, and he done 1 cross? 5. Nothing else to say about Hakim Ziyech. Big up to Lewin in the house. He's watching from Italy. Nice to see you. Guys, make sure you subscribe to GNA TV if you are new here. We're on our road to 6K subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button as well, and hit the bell notification button. So below is a little bell. Hit that. That will notify you guys when I create a stream and when I'm live as well. So make sure that you do that, please. The lines are going to open up. We are going to open up them lines now. Get the panel in. See what they've got to say. Never have been beaten a man one-on-one. Havertz never beaten a man. Yes and no. 3, 4, 3. All right, anyway, let's move from Hakim Ziyech. I said 5, 4, whatever you want to give him. Romelu Lukaku. Now, I would go far to say that Romelu Lukaku's performance in that 10 minutes that he was involved is probably more that he's done in 90 minutes. I mean, he got a penalty. He spun the defender. He ran around a couple of times. I mean, the guy was sweating 1 minute in. He had fucking 4 sweat patches dripping down his face. Like, he'd been on for 90 minutes. I've never seen someone sweat as quick as him. He must be on fat burners or something. But he did get the penalty. He did twist the guy well. He did actually run. He ran, guys, into the box. And he won a penalty that Jorginho missed. But still, he got the guy sent off. And it was an advantage to Chelsea. So did he have an impact today? Yes. He had an impact. A small impact. A small impact. But he ain't getting more than a 6 for me. Not for that 10 minutes. A 6 for Romelu Lukaku, which is great rating for him. It's a great rating for him. 6 for me here. He's on the fat burners. I'm telling you, mate. He sweats so much. Yeah, but he was only on for 10 minutes, so he did have an impact. He did have an impact, so we can't not ignore that he had an impact. He had an impact. You know, he had an impact. So 5, 6, whatever you want to give him, man. Tim's has the... You know, when you eat so much meat so quickly and you get the meat sweats. I just clocked. God, just kill me. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that was funny. Oh, my God, he had the meat sweats. Fucking hell, go on. Anyway, forget Lukaku. I've got to get away from him. It's just too much comedy. The goal scorer, Captain America. Where are you? There you are. Captain America. Did he do much this game? No. I would have gone so far as say he gets a 5 before he scores the goal. But because he scored the goal and it was a good finish, I'll give him a 7. 7 out of 10 for Christian Pulisic because it was an important goal. Because it was an important goal. 7, 10. Did he? I didn't even know that. 7 for me. Yeah, give him all the ratings, like Dylan's saying. Fuck it. Give him all the ratings. Guys, the link is in the chat. And we are 13 away. 13 away from 100 likes. How quick can we get to 100 likes? Before I get the panel in, let's get this to 100. I'm watching. I'm watching the likes. I'm watching the likes. Let's all hit the like button. How quick can we get to 100 likes for the panel? How quick can we get to 100 likes? Come on. Smash the like button if you haven't done already. Oh, there's one. We're getting there. Let's go. Oh, 10 more. 10 more. Let's go. 10 more likes for the panel. And when I say panel, we got Dylan. We got Rodrigo. Who else are we going to have coming in soon? They're coming in a second. Well, we got 97. 3 more likes. Can we get 3 more goddamn likes on this channel? 99. 100. We got 100 likes. Big up to... Oh, no, we got 98. Someone disliked it. Why did he dislike it? Why? What did I do? 99. Come on, man. It's just 1 like. Who's going to give me 1 more like? Oh, there we go. 100 likes. There we go. I'm happy now. Sorry, guys. I just needed to get that over 100 likes. Dylan.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. All good. It was a good game. I had the privilege of going today. It wasn't on my agenda to go today, but I ended up taking Lewis's seat today. Funny enough. So
well, believe me, no wonder Christensen didn't play today. They probably went to the hotel together. That's probably why.
He wouldn't have enjoyed going to.
What happened? Christensen went on the pitch. He saw that Lewis wasn't sitting in his seat, and then he pretended he had a stomach bug so that he can go and chill in a hotel with Lewis. That's it. So he could chill in a hotel with Lewis. There we go.
He was secretly behind the scenes on Robbie's channel today. He pissed off there today. So
is he over there? Is he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But no, honestly, today it was good. It was boring throughout most of it.
Actually, you was at the game, yeah. This is the one thing.
Yeah.
Why could only hear West Ham fans singing? What happened to our fan base? It was mad.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand it. I was seeing on Twitter today, a lot of commentators and reporters were saying that we was quiet today. That's completely bogus because I was sitting in Matthew Harding. We were singing quite a lot today, but even though I had somebody on Twitter today saying that they sat in the shed and they couldn't even hear us singing. Now, I don't know if they need to clean their ears out or whatever, but we actually sang a pretty good fight today. I thought Matthew Harding was good. We sang out quite a lot today. I think we got behind the boys quite well today.
Yeah, even cheering Lukaku. I saw once when he was he lost the ball and then he was chasing it back. That first touch was horrible.
Yeah, especially when Loftus-Cheek lost the ball and then regained it, did his whole maneuver and all of that.
Yeah.
Like we really got behind the team. I don't understand how people were saying that we was quiet. That's completely bogus. And I don't know if they're making up that story because of the whole aspect of obviously we're sanctioned. We've got like a really low capacity at Stamford Bridge right now.
Yeah.
So obviously they're using that as like their stories to sell articles and whatnot. But no, honestly, I thought Matthew Harding was brilliant. Like we all did very well, got behind the players. Much better atmosphere, I think, from the last few games that I've witnessed. Like better than Madrid at the Champions League, better than watching on TV for the Arsenal game. Like, you know, the atmosphere topped those. We was so much better, but I don't know why people are making up saying that we're shit. So
Jam, I think I agree with Tuchel's assessment of the game. I think because we've lost 3 in a row at home, I think there was a sense of let's even take a draw just to stop all these losses. It felt like they were too cautious, especially in the first half. No one was overcommitting. It was very slow. It was no one was trying to like run in behind or do something because they're all scared to lose the ball. Like you could see, like everyone wanted to do the simplest pass. The safest pass, and then actually, I felt like Ziyech should have come on. Ziyech should have come on earlier. Yeah, he should have come on. He should have come on about 60th minute, I think. When West Ham made the first change, I thought, okay, we need to react.
I don't think Rudiger should have come off though. Personally, I would have left him on. I thought he was doing all right, and I would have probably took Mount off or Werner or someone like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, someone like that. Yeah.
The thing is, though, is that with West Ham today, their agenda was not to get 3 points. They were just playing out the game and trying to keep all of their main players rested because they're focusing on Europa League at the moment because they've got Europa League on Thursday next week. So that's why Rice was benched, Bowen was benched. All of their main starting 11 players that would normally play was benched.
And to be fair, that's the biggest game in their 100 and whatever years in their history. So fair enough, they have to rest all the. If West Ham had played the best team, we would have lost this game. There's no way we'll beat them. And I'm worried that Reece James has a recurring hamstring.
No,
injured?
he's not. No, he hasn't.
Isn't it? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
No,
okay,
it's just
okay.
it was precautionary, so they left him out
Do
today.
you think we need to keep him? Like, obviously, I don't think he should play against United. Or we got Everton next after that, and then what? And then Leeds. I think we'll
Well,
just keep him.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we need him more for United than we do Everton. Everton. I know I'm saying this, but Everton is one of those typical. Both of these games are probably those typical Chelsea games where we'll go and actually fucking throw it away. But
Yeah,
I say, in terms of logistics, we need to reach James more from United than an Everton point of view.
why do you feel that? Why do you feel that our performances are what they are at the moment? Like you were,
I think
actually,
we.
So many
Oh,
Dylan,
go on. Sorry, Dylan. Go
sorry, Rudiger, 2 cents. What? Because you were there today. What is?
on.
Because I'm watching Tuchel and he's just sitting down now, and he's very not animated anymore. It seems like he's making notes. It seems like he's just slightly annoyed. I would like the second half was better. Don't get me wrong. He's obviously got in their ear, but where is the fire in their bellies? Because I just don't see that hunger.
Well, I think it comes down a long way, to be honest, Jem. I'm not gonna lie. I think this has been coming for a while now. I mean, ever since Ben Chilwell got injured and a lot of our results haven't gone our way, it's been coming really. I mean, we've started to see some players expose themselves. Kante's not the same as he used to be. You can really see that he was comfortable and now he's not feeling comfortable. There's probably a lot of stuff going on in the back dressing room that we're not aware of. I mean, obviously, the news about Rudiger, this isn't just new news. This has been going on half of the season. He's not going to be in the right mentality. A lot of players are obviously aware of him flirting with other clubs. Obviously, now he's confirmed that he's leaving. Thomas Tuchel's confirmed in a private discussion that he's going to be leaving now. So, there's just problems everywhere. And then obviously we're trying to fix and amend these positions where we're bringing in some of our youth players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's been on loan for the last few seasons at clubs like Palace and Fulham. We're trying to throw in these players, but they're getting exposed to their weaknesses rather than actually, producing those problems. And that's becoming an issue for us where we're going to really need to go into that transfer market for next season, and we're going to really need to fix those holes.
I don't think it's something we can do. I don't think
agree.
we can do it season, that's the problem. I keep telling you guys, I feel like it's going to be. I think we're going now. The Rudiger's done this, or he's leaving. I feel like that's 2 steps backwards. I feel like we now Hannah have to accept that we're going to have to go for a rebuild. I think the reason I say that is because we need 2 defenders. We don't know what Aspie's going to do. We already know that we need a DM. This is without us sorting out our forward line, and that's without us even looking at our wing backs, which we know are very weak as it is anyway. So this ain't all going to happen under one season, at one transfer window under the new owners, unless they are really going to say, look, there you go, here's a load of money, go for it. And I just don't see that happening straight away. But Rodrigo, what are you going to say?
I was going to add to what Dylan was saying. Yeah, I think one more thing. In recent form, I say the Madrid game took a lot out of the players. It was almost like we believed that we could do it, and I think they put so much energy that you could see the game straight after the Madrid game, the Palace game, the Arsenal game, and this one. The energy is just not there. It's just. I feel like I think they switch off now. They just want this maybe a season to end, and then.
I don't know about switching off. It's more of the fact that we're the club that's had the most minutes played in the whole season. Remember where we should have got that game back in November? Suspended due to the COVID cases. If we would have had that game, it was Wolves away. Yeah, if we would have had that game suspended, where supposedly we had the amount that the Premier League needed to cancel the game, but they didn't do it. If that game would have been suspended, I reckon we would be on the levels around of like Liverpool City in terms of, I reckon that rest would have helped us. But we've played the most minutes consistently this whole season. We've played like the most games. But now the whole point is now we're 2 games behind because obviously we've had those suspensions on. Is it suspensions based on COVID case or whatnot, or is it just reschedules? I don't know. It's probably just reschedules over the years, but mainly that point of is, could things change differently if it goes back to that point of where that COVID game was suspended? Would it have changed things? Probably not, but you have to think about those things because Liverpool got a boost off of that. They got a rest. Their players got a rest. They even had COVID cases out for that Arsenal game that should have came into play, but that still went fucking through. So
Yeah,
you just got to think about all these things.
I just want to quickly say to Declared, because he's saying I know we're already in a rebuild. I've been saying it on here a number of times that we still, with Rudiger, are going to need to address some of the areas that we're going to need to do, which is a slight rebuild along with the young players. But losing Rudiger and that profile of player, that experience, that everything is a big thing for me, because we don't have many leaders. We don't have many experienced heads, of his age. You know what I'm saying, in the team right now. And the way that he's been playing this season at the level that he's playing, because the guy puts in 8 out of 10s most games. He's so consistent, his performances. Like, to then not have that and then have to bring in players that have not played in this league, Koundé, Bostani, they were saying, Delit, Skriniar, whoever they're thinking of. Even if it ain't that, we look at Levi Colwell, I don't know. We're still going to need at least 2 for me now at this point, maybe even 3. This is not something that's going to just adapt and happen straight away going into next season. Tuchel's going to need time, but Tuchel, and this is why I say Tuchel's the key. It's important that Tuchel is down for this. Like, he's down for the long run now. And the new owners come in, they say, look, we're not where we need to be. We know we've got to give you money, but, we're going to need a good 2-3 years to get where we think, we need to be. And if you need a certain amount of players or type of players, we'll give you what we can for now, but you're going to have to work with. And I think that's what's going to happen.
And also, just to add on top of that as well, Jem, is that everyone needs to realize that it's not only just a rebuild process now, but this next season is going to be a shit season. And the reason why I'm saying it's going to be a shit season also is that we've got new ownership, and that new ownership has to gel with the club. They have to gel with the management. They have to literally ask Thomas Tuchel what's his ideas, what's his plan going forward. What players does he need to rebuild the squad over the time? This isn't something that's just going to happen in a matter of months where you just click your fingers and be like, oh, yeah, that's just going to be okay. The ownership has to take time and realize, what does Tuchel want going forward with the team? Because if this is something we want, which we do want as Chelsea fans, we want Tuchel to last as long as he possibly can, because we all know he's a great manager. We have to back him, and we have to back the board, and especially the new board. We're still waiting on who the new board's going to be, but we have to back and trust the decisions that are going to be made. We can't just make these assumptions, because it's the same thing with Chelsea. We make all these assumptions too quickly, starts on Twitter, and then everyone gets over the top of each other, and then the managers end up getting sacked. We have to take time.
Time is what it is, and I keep saying it. We were very heavily deceived when we thought that at the beginning of the season that our squad depth was it. We just needed a striker. We were like, on the levels of Liverpool, Man City. I even at the beginning of the season, I said that I didn't think we could challenge straight away. I wanted Tuchel to have a bit more time. I felt that these players were just not his players. I still feel that now. I don't think all of these players are what he wants. I just feel that he's in a team. He's got a bunch of players that he sort of bends over backwards to try and fit in a system to get something out of them. I still feel that. And our level of performances, especially of recent, or maybe this season, you could say, because we've had so many injuries to key players, should we say, has shown that these players are just not at the level that's required to match the Liverpools, to match the Man Cities. And this is what I'm saying. We need to just accept that it might need to have a bit of a rebuild. Hassan, what are you saying?
Sorry about that. There's nothing much to say, really. It's just been a crap, frustrating game. Personally, I believe today we've just been doing a lot of sideways passing, and it was just a boring game, really. It just reminded me of the Leicester games, the Wolves 0-0 draw. It's like one of them games. And let's be honest, man, we just shithoused away through a 1-0 win. It was as simple as that. And yeah, you're quite right about the gap. And I've said it before, I say again, since 2017, we've been on a slow, steady decline. The decline wasn't really noticeable because, let's be honest, our success has blinded us from that decline. Like, a few people have saw it early, but it didn't become noticeable until players like Barkley, all these got extensions and stuff. It was just stupid, daft decisions. And funnily enough, we need Roman I mean, it ain't gonna happen, but we need Roman now more than ever for a rebuild because he's the only one we could trust that could actually put money in and help us like rebuild. But with these owners and stuff, we're gonna be around. We're not gonna compete for the league until probably a decade. We're probably gonna go a decade without a league title. I'm just gonna accept it now. I think we'd go for the domestic trophies. I don't think
No.
we're gonna. I don't
No,
think we're gonna
sorry.
compete for the Champions League for about 3 years, probably, properly. And yeah, we're just gonna have to ride it out now. I think we're gonna have a Lampard 2.0 season where we're gonna have academy players come in. But the difference is we're gonna have Thomas Tuchel managing these academy players as a stopgap until we get proper players in.
What was your
I don't think it's gonna take that long though, Hassan. I'm not gonna lie to you. If we can do it right, I know it's a long shot to say that because our ownerships are going to be American ownerships, and obviously they've got bad history with the likes of Arsenal and United. But if these ownerships really want to care about the club and we can do it well, we can rebuild this club within a matter of years. I'd say give it 4 or 5 years, and this club can get up to where it should be again. Give it 4 or 5 years. I don't think it needs to take any longer than that, personally. I mean, I don't want to compare us to this, but look at where Liverpool have gone from. They've gone from shit. 4 years of Jurgen Klopp working that club up. Look where they are now. They're in a good position.
And Dylan, this is why I said we're going to go a decade, because the last time we won the Premier League was 2017. We're now going to win it for about another 4 years, and that's going to go up to a decade. So that's what I've accepted the fact that we're not going to go for them, but we're capable of winning the other trophies.
I don't think, Hassan, we need 4 to 5 years. What we need is an immediate reaction from the new owners. And by that, the short term, but not just the short term, the long-term investment into the football club. So if we go into this summer knowing that we need to sort out defenders, and let's just say, for example, this is our summer transfer window. We bring in Jules Koundé, we bring back Colwill, and we need one more, so we bring in Bostani. Let's just say, for example, along with Thiago Silva. Let's just say. And then we look to the midfield and we're like, right, Jorginho and Kante, one of them leaves. And then we'll either get a Tchouameni, but if we don't, we get ourselves on a free camera, for example, Kamara, yeah? If we done that and then bought in, which I do think we will look at wing backs or of that. It just depends what happens with the forwards. I'm not sure with Lukaku, if he's going to be around. Werner, if one of them two go, then I think we will look to strengthen that. I do think we need better inside forwards, wingers. Incidentally, when you look at what Ziyech is, even Pulisic can do it, but he's just not consistent in terms of dribbling, creating. Ziyech, I know a lot of people feel that he should stay, he deserves this, that, and the other. I don't know whether he suits the league. I'm still not 100% sold on him, to be honest.
Ziyech is very wobbly. He's not very
but my point is, if you do that, and say we get 3 or 4 signings, and then you allow Tuchel to work. Say we finish second out the blue, Man City or Liverpool have a bit of a blip, and we finish second, and then we go into the next summer, and then we bring in a Declan Rice who's coming to the last year of his contract. We bring in another goalie, a backup goalie in there. We then bring in a wing back. I don't know whoever the wing back would be, but someone of quality.
The thing is,
at our academy and going, should we give some more opportunities? I reckon by a 2 to 3 season plan, providing that the new owners are willing to really follow that process of backing and going in the right way and picking the right profile player, I think we could sort ourselves quite quickly. But it's the big question of who is the new? Because we don't know who the fuck new owners are anyway. But what are these new owners going to do? Are we going to see that? Because I'll tell you something now. If they don't do that, as soon as they come through the door with everything that's happening at the moment with Chelsea, Tuchel won't be here long, because the big European clubs, the Real Madrids, the Barcelona, whoever, Bayern Munich's, they will look at Thomas Tuchel and see what he's doing with a bunch of half-good players and give him the opportunity with a big contract to come and play for a squad that has top European elite players and win things, because he'll want to win things. He's not here to just fuck around. The end of the day.
Oh, forget that, Jim. Did you see what the Madrid accounts on Twitter was saying? they're all praising Tuchel for what he's done. So I don't mind. Like, let's be honest, Madrid are trigger happy when it comes to managers like Carlo Ancelotti. They're probably looking at the Tuchel situation and waiting, or even I will say PSG will get him, but someone like Bayern maybe. Like, as long as we keep Thomas Tuchel, I think we'd accelerate our process of rebuilding for a title charge. Maybe what I said was probably a little bit too long, but with Thomas Tuchel, he could rebuild our side back to where they should be. But it all depends really on our owners, like you said.
Let's go back to the game. Let's go back to the game quickly. Obviously today, Dylan, and obviously you were there. First half wasn't great. Second half got better. Jorginho missed the penalty, which was really poor. I don't know how your angle was of seeing it because it was shocking from what we saw.
It was shit, mate. Honestly, I was sat in row wide, like pretty much near behind the goal, and just like I didn't know what to think because I was standing next to the guy that sits next to Lewis. He's been sat next to him for like 5 to 6 years of being a season ticket holder. Right? I looked at him. I was like, right, well, Jorginho's taken the penalty. Let's remind ourselves, when was the last time Jorginho took a penalty in the Premier League since taking the penalty today? So in my head, I was like, well, he's only going to go and miss because when was the last time he actually practiced the fucking penalty for a start off? So, yeah, and then he just blazes it down the middle, and it wasn't even a really good penalty. Like, he soft kicked. It was more like he wanted to back pass it than anything. So, it was terrible. Like, I've never seen the worst penalty he's ever taken in his life.
One of the worst penalties I've ever seen at the bridge.
Absolutely. Like, it was a dreadful penalty. Didn't even put it in a corner.
It was like, you remember that? Like, this is the best example. A 2-year-old baby that runs and kicks the ball, but it rolls so slow. You can see where it's going, and the dad kind of misses it, and it goes in. But the difference was Fabianski just fell on it. He caught it basically.
Yeah,
that's what that reminded me of. There was no power behind the shot. It was just. Was it even a pass? I don't know what it was. Like what?
I don't know. I can't explain it really. It was just awful.
Why did he do the hop skip? Why didn't he just do what he's been done of recent, which wasn't the skip at the end? He does the hop and then he just hits it.
That's what I mean. That's what every goalkeeper expects. They expect him to do that.
Yeah.
If you looked at the slow motion replay, Fabianski did a dive until he did the jump.
So why did you jump? Just fucking run and move the thing. I know you got weak shots, but just anything. Like, what is this? What is it all about doing these stupid, like, oh, let me make myself look good before I shoot? Penalties, just
I don't even know. Like, I don't understand it, Jim. Like, I understand Jorginho's got a really good record with penalties, but I think it's about time we get a new penalty taker. I will stamp that and literally say we need a new penalty taker. I wouldn't even bother putting Jorginho on the penalties anymore. Somebody else is capable of doing it. Well, let's think about it. Who has taken penalties in the past?
Havertz is good.
Taken penalty.
As much you guys want to laugh at, Werner's actually decent despite him being like quite crap. His penalty record's good. Kai Havertz is, Lukaku is as well, but I don't know. It's all in order.
I'd give it to Reece.
No, I wouldn't say Lukaku. Absolutely not. Fucking James would never put Lukaku on penalties. He barely even runs towards a ball, let alone take a fucking penalty, mate. I don't know. Like, I don't even think I can be confident in saying Mason Mount could take our penalties, to be honest. I mean, he's taken a few, he's missed a few, but he's scored a few as well. But I don't even know if I can be confident saying Mason Mount takes them.
Bro, Reece James, I'm telling you, that guy will level. If you've seen the guy's shots, man, the goals.
Reece James has had good penalties this season, to be fair.
Reece James puts his foot through it. I mean, trust me, you ain't saving a shot from Reece James rocketing it. I don't care.
The funny thing is, as much as we hate defenders taking them, they don't think about it. They just hit it top corner. If it goes in, it goes in. If it misses, it misses. That's what I like about defenders. They don't overthink it like Jorginho does or any of our strikers.
Reece James has to be. Mount looks nervous on pens. Seba says James is a good pen taker, but I'm always nervous about defenders.
Has anybody seen what Kai Havertz is like on penalties?
No, I've seen that.
Right. He just hits it in corners. He did it at Leverkusen.
Kyle Reece. If Lukaku is playing it, it's him, either James, Reece James. Realistically, Georgie will continue to take them as long as he remains. Well, he might not remain any longer than this summer by the looks of it, so we have to see. Kai looks weak. is what we've got here as well. We should have a forward that can just do it. Do you know what I mean? That's what they meant to do, score goals.
I mean, traditionally for penalties, it's the striker that takes the penalties, but there you go.
I actually even reckon Rudiger would absolutely lever him in as well. Like, I'm not even joking.
Probably would, to be fair. Probably have him take the penalty back from the halfway line. He'd probably fucking nail it in.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it would not surprise me. But we go into the Thursday against Man United. Obviously, we're going to do a preview show on that one later in the week. Don't talk too much about the game because we'll talk about it later on. But how confident are you going in over there? Because they're not in any real great form, are they? Themselves?
Not confident. I'm not going to say, as I said, like about 10, 15 minutes ago, this is the type of game now where we'll go and actually throw it away. And this is like 3 points where we need them now, because I think what Daly said, we need 7 points from these games now to actually confirm Champions League. These are the games we need to take advantage of winning. But now we've done that, is this just going to be a repeat of Arsenal again, where we're supposed to win the games, but we capitulate and flop? To me, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, because that's a typical Chelsea thing to do.
We've already revitalised Arsenal, haven't we? Fucking joke. Can't believe it.
I know. I can't believe we lost that game. That's fucking shambolic.
We won the last 2 games now because of us. It's an absolute joke. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Jim, I'm in the mud for my Pulisic agenda. Don't worry. He'll be back to being Casper in Friendly Ghost, or being Casper the Friendly Ghost, or be a stretcher in no time. Oh, God, Matty and his Pulisic agenda, man. He runs that.
To be fair, though, I kind of agree with some people in the chat. Like, this is the game I was not really confident for either. But then again, out of this game and United, I think the United game is probably the game I'm really not confident for. Because United's in a worse form than West Ham right now. Because West Ham, they're in the semi-finals of the Europa League, and that's their main priorities right now. United ain't got fuck all right now, so...
But how they're playing like fuck all, aren't they? They're just
exactly, yeah.
Not playing great. So, it's going to be 2 teams with low confidence trying
and you got to think about this as well, Jem, is that they're going to be rebuilding next season, United. They've got a new manager coming in. They've got Ten Hag coming in. So United's going to be in the same position with us, except that their rebuild is based on a new manager rather than new ownership. So
be your front 3 for that game, just quickly. Quick 3.
What, for United?
Yeah.
Same as today. I can't see us changing it really.
Mount Havertz,
yeah. Mount Havertz and Werner again. Yeah. People are going to say Pulisic, but Pulisic's got that 1 goal and then he'll probably fuck up the next game. So I'm not going to stamp Pulisic yet. Maybe put him on earlier in the second half for the game on Thursday, like give him a bit more time than he got today. Maybe put him in the same position as he was, see how he goes, but I'm not putting trust in he'll go and score again. So
no, he's a moments player, man. Just keep him on the bench and rotate him in and out. I don't trust him.
Hassan, what would you do? Front 3. Same.
I'd keep it the same as well. I just don't have any trust of others. Maybe second. I don't know what's happened to Ziyech anyway. So I don't know where the hell he's at.
Not playing the 3. That's why Tuchel don't like him in the
Ziyech just kicked him out of the formation because Werner, Havertz, and Mount have been playing good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, if it's 0-0 in the second half, I'd bring him on. But other than that, it's the same front 3. I just don't trust anyone else.
I think it'll be the same squad as it was today, except Reece James, if he's okay to play on Thursday, I think he will be.
So essentially, the Real Madrid lineup.
essentially that, yeah.
Rudiger will be back in as well, so he's back for the Man United game. Rudiger.
Yeah, but I don't have a want. This is the thing now. Like, I don't have a problem with Rudiger, but like, is this going to come a sense now where we know he's leaving? Is he going to give a shit now?
Oh no,
is he going to give a shit?
He's been eyeing for
we know Christensen don't give 0 fucks, mate. He turns up and he's a pregnant bitch half the time.
Yeah, I know. He's a shithole, that guy, mate. He's nothing. Rudiger is nothing like that. Rudiger will come and give an 8 out of 10 game. I think it's just the way he is. Like I don't think Rudiger will let us down. I think you have to play him. We have no choice. You know what I mean?
Rudiger's been planning to leave for ages, man. But if he wanted to not give a damn, he would have just give up by now. Because he knows he has a pre-contract agreement, or his agent's been eyeing for deals. He's been playing 8 out of 10 up till now, and I think he'll walk away with the trophy at least. Or that's what he'd want anyway.
This is the thing, though. I would love this season if we could give Rudiger one more trophy to walk away with. Hazard did it when we won the Europa League against Arsenal. I love it if we could just beat the Scousers at Wembley and give him one more trophy to walk away from. I'd love that.
I think we have to build towards the FA Cup.
We got to build it. Yeah, no, of course. We've definitely got to build it. Liverpool on incredible form right now. So
11 points left for Chelsea to get before they can confirm their place in the Champions League next season. So still lots in there. They've also still got that big game against Liverpool final. When is the tickets out for that? I don't even know. Is it coming out?
Be a week before. It'll be a week before.
No, it's next week for season ticket holders, I think. Like at the end of next week.
I wonder if members again, because they were so easy to get, weren't they? I'm going to go this time if we can get.
Well, you say that, Jem, but this time it's a less capacity. It was 34,000 for the semis. It's now 30,000 for this, and we've got about 28k season ticket holders. So it's not going to be as easy as you think this time.
I wanted to go, man.
I'm not even confident I'll get a ticket. Plus, on top of that, members' loyalty points will be skyrocket for this one. I say first batch will be at least about 80, 90 points.
I'll give up, mate. I'll give up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The FA Cup final is before the Premier League finishes, so I don't expect Liverpool to. It ain't, is it? It's the 14th of May. What are you talking about?
No, it's like right before the end of the season. It's before our last game.
They play. I think you play like 2 games before, within that same week or something like that. I think that's what Liverpool will do.
14th of May, so it's not finished, the Premier League. That's what I'm saying. So we need to get it finished before then. So I agree, but we have to see what happens.
I just hope as well that with the new ownership, I just hope we get our last 2 home games for members to come back and watch them as well. Because I feel like the players need to have that full capacity out for the end of the season so that we could go to Wolves and Watford.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. But, guys, make sure you smash the like button as always. Subscribe to GNA TV. Check out Dylan's YouTube, the lad Dylan as well. Is that your YouTube? It is at the lad Dylan.
Yeah.
At the lad Dylan on YouTube. Go and check out him and give him a follow as well. We're going to finish now, so forget the 200 likes. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in on this show. We have got a Prem show this week. We have got the Man United preview show. We've got obviously the Man United review after that as well. Lots of football to talk about, along with new owner news. We could have a new owner by tomorrow, by Tuesday, by Wednesday. Hopefully, we'll have someone come through the door. So yeah, lots to talk about this week. Lots going on for Chelsea. Rudiger is leaving Chelsea. It is what it is. We just have to take it on the chin, and Chelsea will be Chelsea even without Rudiger. Like it was with Hazard, like it was with Costa, like it was with Drogba. Chelsea will move. It's just about the new owners now. To fulfill that what Roman done so well at Chelsea as well. So big up everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and we'll be back probably tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll let you know.